To get to legislative history materials on HeinOnline, you can browse collections by name, but I find it easier to begin by choosing the U.S. Federal category. Then it's easy to locate the U.S. Federal Legislative History Library. For easiest access to legislative history materials on HeinOnline, start in the Sources of Compiled Legislative Histories database. This is an electronic version of a book which BC Law Library actually has a paper copy of at our reference desk, and ours is annotated for our physical collection in case you're looking for any of these books physically in our library. You can browse this database by public law number or by an alphabetical listing of popular names, or you can search the database by public law number, by popular name, or by Congress and bill number. I ran a search for Public Law 95-217, which happens to be the Clean Water Act of 1977, and got one result. Opening the document, we see the public law number, the bill number, and statutes at large citation followed by a listing of sources of compiled legislative histories. The first is information on a compiled legislative history of the Clean Water Act of 1977 database on Lexis. The next listing is for a 5-volume compiled legislative history, which is available through the other legislative history collection on HeinOnline, the U.S. Federal Legislative History Title Collection. While there are ways to search or browse this database, I find it much more efficient to search in the Compiled Legislative Histories database and link to the titles in the title collection. Linking to that title, we see a box that allows us to search within this legislative history, as well as links to the individual volumes and a cumulative index to the entire history. Browsing the entire cumulative contents, we can link to a particular document. Like the vast majority of documents in HeinOnline, these are PDF images of the print version of this legislative history. Returning back to the bottom half of our sources list for the compiled legislative history document, we see that there are additional entries. Some, like the first 2 entries we saw, contain the actual documents, and some of these are available in the HeinOnline title collection, and some are not. There are also references to other sources that contain cites only, like this article in the Natural Resources Lawyer. Because this is a law review on HeinOnline, we can link to the PDF of that directly as well. Those are the things we can do with HeinOnline Legislative History.